Deadly Game Calls TV, Season 3, Episode 5. Well, Patrick and Joseph have just left our ODF hunt in Missouri and Iowa. Now, they're going to roll out to maximize their time away, and they're headed to South Dakota to see if they can put a Merriam on the ground.
Well, me and Joe, we are on the road. Just left Missouri. We had our ODF hunt. We stayed and hunted a few days.
Patrick got a nice bird today.
Yep.
So, good farewell to the state of Missouri.
That's right. Well, we've got about 8 hours to drive up here to winter South Dakota. We're going to be hunting on the Indian res for a few days, going after a few Merriams. It's going to be hot.
Well, there's a call for 80s. We ran into that back in Missouri. It got a little too hot for us and for the birds, I think.
Yeah. That's usually you're dealing with cold weather. Not sure how it's going to affect. We're going to have a good day tomorrow, looks like. It's going to be windy, but that's pretty common out here. But good weather, no rain at least, but just Friday and Saturday warm. Hopefully we'll tag out before then.
Hope so.
All right, we're in South Dakota and it's 4:30 a.m. and we're heading to the property.
Got a restful 3 hours sleep last night, maybe 4.
Well, we're running on adrenaline and caffeine right now, I guess.
That's for sure.
Well, we're excited. It is 48 degrees, going to be 70 today, so good weather for turkey hunting. Well, Joe and I, we knew exactly which property we wanted to hunt from past experiences. We got with our guide, told him where we wanted to go, and we went in the first morning. Birds were right where we expected them to be, gobbled, flew down, but the bird had something else on his mind. He walked and gobbled probably 150 yards away, walked right by us, right into the timber. Well, after that first bird, we hunted the rest of the day. We had no success. So that afternoon, we set up on the mesa and we ended up watching the birds go to roost. So we had a game plan for the morning. Well, that's the end of day one. Sitting up here on top of this hill, we've got some turkeys right down in here, getting ready to go to roost. We didn't have any luck today. First 5 minutes of shooting light, we had one run by us about 100 yards out, but it just didn't come in. After that, it's been kind of slow. But we got some going to roost. We're going to sit here and watch them a few more minutes. We'll see you guys in the morning. So we go in on the second morning, we set up super tight on these birds, and they were right where we left them, gobbled their heads off, pitched down right in front of us, but just not close enough for a shot.
Did you hear all that a minute ago?
I thought it was on our side, but on up the valley.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
I mean, it was a mess of it. Look at that.
Well, they end up working away. Me and Joe come up with a game plan. We was able to circle around, get in the timber on this logging road, and we were set up perfect. Wasn't a few minutes later, Joe hit the call, got one gobbling. He come walking right down the road, right to a dead end road.
No, buddy. I said if he's coming, you kill him. What's wrong today?
We have done everything you can do this morning. Set up under a roost, had them fly out. We knew where they were going to go from yesterday, so we kind of got between this gobbler and the whole big group of birds, and it worked out perfectly. We made us a little blind out of some tree limbs. This bird was not with the main flock. He actually came in from behind us on that back side, so he worked in pretty good.
Well, after an uneventful rest of the day after Joe killed, we got thinking about what the birds were doing, and they really loved this cut wheat field. So we decided to go out and set up for the evening hunt out in that wheat field. We wasn't set up very long. The birds started coming out eating that wheat, and the birds, they were probably 300-400 yards away and just slowly worked straight towards me. Once the birds come in the field, they were really far off, 300-400 yards, and they eat and strutted and fought. Wasn't for sure they were going to work my way because that field was giant, but made some calls, and as the evening went on, they slowly started working my way, and he strutted straight in my face and presented me with a perfect shot.
Yes, baby. What about that? Joe and I, we have put in our time. And I just shot South Dakota Merriam. But it doesn't look like a Merriam. This thing is as dark as Eastern. I want to get out there and see him.
Well, on this hunt, we watched Joseph kill early. And then after he killed, Patrick and Joseph went up onto the hilltop to scout for the next day of turkey hunting so that they could, see if they could see any turkeys to hunt. You know, those hilltops, they're to our advantage a lot of times in life. When we're on top of those mountains, so to speak, in our life, everything's going great. That's awesome times in life. But it's those times that we have a tendency to forget about the need for God, to be honest. But it's in those valleys where Joseph and Patrick was looking into that we as Christians can grow the most and we can get closer to the Lord. Because It's in those valleys and those troubles and trials and hard times and tribulations that you go through in life that we have a tendency to rely on our Creator of this awesome creation that much more. So through those valleys, lean on the Lord, love on the Lord, and He'll see you through them and put you back on the mountaintop.